Whose job is it to fill the club? DJs are often getting upset on social media. I'm seeing this regularly where they're saying it's not my job to fill this club. It's not my job to promote. It's my job to play music. And there's two sides to that coin. I use that term a lot, but it's true. And one aspect, they're absolutely right. It's their job to play, it's their job to curate the night, and they shouldn't have to worry about promoting. It's kind of true, but then the second you don't have any value beyond playing music, then as a promoter, as a club owner, I could just go, all right, then all I need to do is pick one artist or two artists that just play the best, make them residents, and no longer give out opportunities to nobody else because it's not a DJ's job to promote and it is my job to fill the club. But in fact, that's wrong. And I'm going to talk about this on two perspectives. And I want to be very honest and transparent here. I'm a promoter, I'm a talent buyer. So you're definitely going to hear a perspective where I'm going to say it is your responsibility. And I'm going to explain all that. But I'm also an artist manager. And I'm going to talk about it from a perspective that's going to help you grow. First, I'm going to sit there and say, let's discuss the elephant in the room, which is, is it the promoter or the club's job to fill up the club? Absolutely. But as a promoter or a club owner, it's not my job to solely promote. It's my job to come up with the best strategy to make the club night as successful as possible. And not just club nights, it could be large scale events or whatever. It's my job to come up with a strategy to make sure this night succeeds as much as possible. And I do this through the promotion plans, the marketing strategy, both online and offline, as well as collecting data and using that data to get customers to return, and the booking strategy. The booking strategy from either a headliner night or a local night or a combination of both. I make decisions based both on what's the right music for the crowd that comes to my venue, as well as what's going to garner the best result. What's either going to be the easiest for me to sell or the most strategic in terms of value. So maybe booking this headliner or this super strong local is going to be easier to sell because of name recognition, but maybe adding these two or three new locals who are tapped into their community, who are tapped into the local ravers, who have a solid following, they're able to add value. So my personal promotions might fill up 30 or 40% of the club. My digital marketing campaign might bring another 20 or 30%. And then the booking strategy, the local booking strategy, might fill in that extra gap. Sometimes that all goes really right, and sometimes we get that wrong. But that is the overall strategy. We're sitting here making every decision possible to succeed from putting people in the club. Then if you were to flip, and I don't need to go deep into that, then there's an operational strategy. All right, cool, the place is filled. Now, how do we maximize the spends at both the door, the bar, the VIP? And that's a deeper conversation from an operational perspective. But the strategies, what the point I'm trying to make is the strategies from each of these perspectives. And the strategy from filling the club goes from all these different things, and you, the DJ, are a big piece of this. I don't expect the local DJs to fill the place up on their own, but I think they're a big piece to that puzzle. And I want to talk about it because a lot has changed. And the most common meme I see online when artists want to poke at this, there's like a black graphic I always see with two columns. One is like DJs 30 years ago, and it says plays music, buys records, and then it has like another column where it says DJs today, plays music, buys records or MP3s, and then it says promotes the club, markets, comes up with social media content, graphic designer, this, that, agent, manager, and it has like 19 roles, and it looks like things are way worse today than they were 30 years ago. But in reality, I actually think they're the opposite. I think today artists have more opportunities than ever. From a monetary side, there's like no ceiling at what you can make. There's underground and commercial artists that are making 6 and 7 figures a night regularly. And then there's on the other side of that, there's artists that are spending their time complaining about doing all these other roles, and they're making next to nothing from their bedroom, complaining about the scene that's moving on without them. And I want to talk about it 30 years ago. 30 years ago was a different time, 100%. All you had to do was play records. But back then, the DJ was in a corner, and clubbers came out to party, and because they knew there was gonna be good music at that club, and that was that, and that DJ was the resident every single week. Other DJs didn't give opportunities. And I'll give a flip of a coin. My Sunday party is a 15-hour party. We do about an average of 5 to 6 set times a week in that 15 hours. And because of that, it's given us the ability to give over 100 different DJs a chance to play because we don't repeat people that often. We let everybody play maybe once a month at most. We cycle in different people. When some people get good opportunities from us, and because of that, they start getting overplayed everywhere else, we give new people a chance. We're really good at filling that place up on Sundays when the weather's good. And because of that, it allows us the opportunity to give out opportunities. But if all I had to do was worried about DJs playing good and not helping on a promotional level, then I can put 5 residents there every single Sunday, not have to worry about programming again, and just be like, all right, cool. These 5 artists are going to be the residents, and the other 95 artists that used to get a chance to play on Sundays, I no longer need to worry about them. But because you all have promotional value, and because we want to keep evolving our crowds, it allows us it puts us in a position to allow more opportunities. 30 years ago, clubs sucked to residents. Some of those residents would last at venues for 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Other DJs never got the chance to play and never got their chance to shine. Getting signed to music was harder because it was harder to market yourself. Now, because of things like social media, you're able to create your own community and monetize that in many different ways, whether it's gigs, whether it's in music, whether it's teaching people how to make music, whether it's Patreon, whether it's selling music on Bandcamp independently, whether it's selling it through labels and tons of other. And I'm sure there's tons of young artists out there that are thinking in a different way than I'll ever think, and they'll come up with new innovative ways to monetize their skill sets outside of gigs and releasing music. So I think today the opportunities are better than 30 years ago. It's very easy to complain about where things are at today, but if you change the perspective on how you look at it, instead of thinking of it as a negative, you look at it as a positive, you can go out and create opportunities. And those opportunities can lead to your growth in your career, making more money, and maybe doing this full time eventually. I know it sounds selfish because I am a promoter and I have been a club owner, but this is the reality. We're in the business of trying to make clubs or whatever we're doing the most successful thing possible, and we're going to find the best way to do it. And don't think because you focus on music and not promoting that you play better than some of these DJs that focus on music and also promote. You could do both. It's very easy to say that promoters are focusing on promotion over music quality when in fact we're putting it on both. It serves me no purpose to book a bad DJ that can fill up a room where that crowd may leave because the music's so terrible. I want great music because I want that crowd to stay as late as possible and drink as much as possible because they're there more hours because the music is good than purely put 200 people in a room that might not last more than 2 hours because the music curation's so bad that people leave. You can focus on both. Remember, you could divide your business into 2 categories. One column is creative, one column is business. You can focus on both. They intertwine, but there's 2 perspectives to each, and worrying about the business does not need to affect the art. It can enhance your art. More opportunities, more money allows you more time to create. Remember that. And that's really it. And I'm going to say, look, a lot of even just from my perspective in our parties, the 1-800 Lucky, the Humans Alike stuff, the amount of people that we gave chances to that started in an opening slot playing the 10 people, we saw that they played well. We saw that people turned out for them. We moved them up to the next slot. They kept working hard and making sure people supported them. A lot of those have become headliners. Some of those even tour regularly now. Really, that's it. I mean, it's really not a question. If you're worried, you shouldn't even be worrying about what you have to do or not do. Do it all, succeed. You get one shot at this. Why not do everything you possibly can to find whatever path it is to succeed in this industry, not just locally, but domestically and internationally. So I think that's pretty much it. Think longevity, think partnerships, think traction, think reoccurring gigs, think positive, and good luck to you all. I'll see you in the next video.